Not sure he'll have the time to get to the tail of this queue.
Okay, so 2-minute 1 pit stop is about right.
Green flag.
Green flag wave, we'll keep an eye on 163, but from pole position to 41st place, that's a pretty torrid time. Right, so we are back in business then. Cars accelerate away and over the line. Christopher Mies is the man on his toes here. He's desperate to unlap himself before he gets done by the rest of the field.
Let's the number 2, Fabian Schiller, come through, and Jim Pla will be the next one through. I fear that Chris Mies knows the situation of being on the lead lap very well, and he could find himself swamped by cars around him. Doesn't look like too much of a wet track right now. Lights are on and everyone's on slick tyres. I think there's just enough temperature in the circuit at the moment to burn away any light rain right now.
Look at this. Mies can't do anything about gaining track position, and he's already lost out to Fabian Schiller. This is, in theory, where the Mustang should have a bit of an advantage in a straight line, but Jim Pla dives up the inside, trying to keep Matthew Drudy at bay. Christopher Mies so often the front runner here, having to be lapped, and Drudy right round the outside of the Audi, inside of the exit at Lecon. Job done. Brilliant move by Matthew Drudy. Goes by, and that puts the Aston up into 3rd place. Fantastic move.
Tries to look back down the inside into Bruxelles, but there was no space there. Again, Christopher Mies is on the outside, and look how many cars are flooding their way through. Mies hasn't been able to get on the racing line for about 4 corners now. He is obviously a lap down, but there are no blue flags to tell him to get out of the way. It's his discretion, and indeed, he is doing quite a good job of not interfering too much, but obviously losing a lot of time here.
Indeed so, and drama, because that's a bit of 63 I would offer you, isn't it? The Lamborghini has made contact, so who was behind the wheel? Oh, Andrea Caldarelli is in 63. Andrea Caldarelli has lost bodywork. That's going to be a pit stop, surely. That might even be a full course yellow to get it off the track, depending on how close your marshal's post is, so we need to keep an eye on that. But a bit of front damage. There it is, look at the background, gaping gap at the front. So the bodywork has gone. If it's purely cosmetic, might not be the end of the world, although the aero will be distorted. Full course yellow coming. Full course yellow to retrieve that bodywork.
Beretta and Jaminet also losing time. Oh, there they are in the gravel. So the number 77 is Beretta, the number 92 is Jaminet. And I wonder whether the 3 of them were together for 13th position, whether there has been contact between the 3. The Lamborghini didn't look too bad, actually. No. Yes, the kind of the bonnet was missing, but actually the nose didn't look too bad.
92, 26, and 77 in the gravel in turn 6.
And that's 26. That's the other part of the accident. That's got serious damage, hasn't it? You can see it's been off. There are more bits dropping from it. The front wheel didn't want to turn. Ivan Klimenko drags it round. 16 is in strife. That's the Uno team with Landgraf Mercedes, so there's been a big sort out with it. Oh, a puncture for the McLaren as well, 158. It's all kicked off. There are 4, 5 cars in big strife here.
And that number 16 Mercedes was the leader in class.
No wave by procedure.
Well, there's a lot of car grating along the ground there from the Audi on the front right corner. I'd offer Porsche with a bit of damage to the rear rim there, but from where we can see this side, doesn't look too bad.
And he's got going on the lead lap. That's a save. That is a get-out-of-jail-free card. That is effectively out of the race, isn't it? It's dragging itself back. Ivan Klimenko at the wheel of 26, but that car's going to have a very long stop to try to repair the damage. It was going really well early on in the hands of Alban Varuti. 158 is that, the Mark Sanson car still behind the wheel, so that was way down anyway, but that's been given a big whack at the back. I think you might well find it was some of the pro cars in a hurry and got tangled up with the slow traffic. We'll try and unravel it all, but it's brought out the full course yellow and look, diving for the pit stops yet again, just to try and splash some more fuel into the car.
Mauro Engel missed out on pitting last time but he's coming into the pits this time. Don't think he's been involved in anything. It's just him trying to get back onto some kind of a strategy that resembles our leaders. Kevin C, by the way, was in the number 16 Mercedes, British GT winner last weekend. Kevin, for 2 Cs, with a different team this weekend, managed by Landgraf, managed by Bernd Schneider, who is here in official capacity with Mercedes adorned all over his clothing and advising that Macanese team.
Kevin Say only wins at exciting venues, Alton Park and Spa, his 2 bins. Right, let's just eavesdrop on 26 Audi, Ivan Klimenko with the battered car.
The front left is damaged a bit because I was in the wall, and the front right is also damaged. But yeah, the car is okay.
So he's brought it down the pit lane. There's damage, or at least scuff marks on the rear, isn't there, as well?
Yeah, he's been in the wall on the left-hand side of the car, but also damage on the right of the car. So it's compact on both sides.
Right, so this is 26. He moves across on the Mercedes. Oh, no, it was the other Audi that moved across. And Klimenko kind of had to take evasive action and got into the back of the McLaren. So 2 incidents. That one, elsewhere on the lap, we'd already had, I think, one. Now, was that people slowing because of the full course yellow? And some jinked out of the pack because the cars ahead were slowing. It caught them by surprise. And it was a trigger effect of that. I think it may well have been.
Well, it was Mark Sanson who was the slowest on that particular part of the circuit, and they were all trying to avoid him.
Yeah. Now, they're still in the gravel.